Have you ever wondered what it's really like to sit in an Arabic language class for the very first time? Well, today we're going to drop you right into that seat. We'll walk through a typical lesson and focus on the key phrases you'd hear from a teacher, all the commands and questions that make the classroom tick. So, picture this. You found your desk, the teacher walks in, and your very first Arabic lesson is about to kick off. Let's listen in, shall we? All right, first things first, we've got the essentials of just getting the class started. These are the commands that kind of set the stage, getting everyone settled and ready to learn. Okay, probably the first thing you'll hear are two really simple opposite commands. The teacher might say, inhad. Inhad. That means stand up, maybe to greet everyone. And that's usually followed by ijlis, or sit down. Just like that, these basic actions start to build the structure for the whole lesson. So once everybody's in their seats, the teacher's going to want to create a focused atmosphere, right? You'll probably hear kun hadian. It's a pretty gentle but firm instruction. Be quiet. This is basically the signal that, okay, the real learning is about to start now. Now, what if the chatter keeps going? Well, the instruction might get a little more direct. You'll hear tawaqqaf an al-kalam. This literally translates to stop the talking. See the difference? This is a much clearer command that it's time to give the teacher your undivided attention. And hey, to make our little simulation here feel a bit more real, the teacher might check in with a student. They might ask, لماذا كنت غائبا أمس? That's why were you absent yesterday? It's a totally normal part of the classroom routine and, honestly, a great way for you to pick up some words about time and attendance. All right, so with all the class business out of the way, it's time to really dive into the lesson. Now the focus is going to shift from just managing the room to actually engaging with brand new material. So the teacher's up at the board, they're about to introduce a new idea. To get all eyes pointing to the front, they'll say, undur huna, which just means, look here. It's a simple, direct command to guide your focus right where it needs to be. Okay, this next one is super important. Intapumahai. It means pay attention with me. You see that little word at the end, my? That makes it so much more personal. It's not just a general command, it's more like an invitation to focus with the teacher. When you hear this, you know something big is about to be explained. And of course, you can't have a language class without a textbook, right? So you are definitely going to hear this one a lot. اقلب إلى الصفحة. اقلب إلى الصفحة, followed by a number. Turn to page. Super simple, but an absolutely essential instruction to know. So, you've been listening, you've been paying super close attention. Now, it's your turn to get in on the action. This next batch of phrases is all about how you can actively participate. Just like in pretty much any classroom around the world, you don't just shout out your answer. The teacher will say, irfa yadak, which means, you guessed it, raise your hand. It's that universal signal that you've got something to say. Okay, so you raised your hand, the teacher calls on you, but you're a little nervous, maybe you speak a bit too softly. We've all been there, right? It's a classic situation. So, what do you think the teacher is going to say next? Well, to encourage you, the teacher will probably use one of two phrases, either تحدث بوضوح, تحدث بوضوح, which means speak clearly, or the even more direct, ارفع صوتك, ارفع صوتك, raise your voice. Both are just a really friendly way of making sure everyone in the class can hear your awesome answer. Now, after explaining a new concept, any good teacher is going to check if it landed. They'll ask the class, هل فهمت الدرس? Or, did you understand the lesson? This is your big cue to either give a confident nod or get ready to ask for a little more help. And, to make sure you've really got it, they might ask for more than a simple yes. The teacher could say, أعطني مثالاً, or أعطني مثالاً, which is give me an example. This is your chance to show that you don't just understand the idea, you can actually use it. So you gave a great example. Your hard work is totally paying off. And now for one of the best parts of learning anything, really, getting some of that sweet, positive feedback. When you nail an answer, you'll almost certainly hear a warm جيد جداً, جيد جداً. It means very good. And let me tell you, it's a fantastic little bit of encouragement that you'll probably hear all the time. But what if you give an answer that's not just good, but truly exceptional? Well, then you might earn the highest praise. Mumtaz, excellent. When you hear this one, you know you haven't just understood the material. You've seriously impressed your teacher. Well, the clock is ticking down, which means our classroom simulation is almost over. Let's go over those final phrases you'll hear as the lesson comes to a nice, neat close. Before anyone even thinks about packing up their bags, the teacher will make one last call for questions. هل هناك سؤال? هل هناك سؤال? This simply means, is there any question? This is your absolute last chance to get some clarification. Once all the questions have been answered, you'll get the final, definitive signal that the lesson is officially done. عليك الكتاب, or close the book. That's it. That's your cue. Time to pack up. And as you're heading out the door, your teacher will probably send you off with this really wonderful, encouraging phrase, bitofik. Now, it translates as good luck, but it has this deeper meaning, like wishing you success that's guided by a higher power. It's just a perfect, warm way to send you off on your learning journey. And there you have it. You've officially survived your first day in an Arabic class. You're now armed with the essential vocabulary to find your way around the classroom. So with this foundation, what's next for you? Are you more excited to dive into the beautiful curves of the alphabet, or are you itching to start stringing words together and actually speak? The journey has only just begun.